what's up YouTube? If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Visit my website, AntoineWest.biz, where you can enroll in my newest freight dispatch training and mentorship program. And that program is going to continue forward from only a freight dispatch program to just talking about all different side hustles. Just like I told you guys in the previous video, with inflation the way it is, with prices the way it is now, you just need to hustle period. Because when I'm hustling, when I'm making money, I'm not only thinking dispatching, I'm thinking any type of way that I can make money. That's what I'm trying to do. So as I told you, I'm bringing the big dog of roofing in, you know what I'm saying? My brother here, Maurice, is with me today, joining me on the video. We're gonna be digging more into roofing. You know, this is an easy way that you guys can make $100,000 per year as a roofing sales contractor. So I like middleman businesses. You know, we talk about dispatching, freight brokering. Any way you can be the middleman, that's the perfect business to get into. Not only because you're making money off being a middleman, but because you learn so much by being a middleman. So as a roofing sales contractor, you're basically going to be the middleman in a roofing business. You're going to have the feel as if you're running your own roofing business, but you're not going to actually own a roofing business. My brother Maurice is going to explain much more about how that works. You guys can make $100,000 in this game, you know. But Maurice, why don't you let them know like how you got started, let them know the ins and outs for the game, you know, to the game, you know, got the expert.
Yeah, you know, it's probably a big misconception that most would have, that if you're in like the roofing lane, that you would actually have to be a skilled worker or somebody that you or someone that would have knowledge or experience in, you know, some sort of form of construction or carpentry. But you would be surprised to know that I probably have built, I started in this lane probably about 2.5 years ago, and I built over 100 roofs since that time. And if I told you that I haven't swung, I don't even own a hammer. You know what I'm saying? It would probably be surprising to you. So what we're trying to do is to bring new types of things to the forefront, especially like you said, in this day and age, in this economy with inflation like it is, at record highs. It's never been as high as it is in history. So we always try to think of ways, he and I both, you know, there's multiple lanes that we're in, but we always try to look for ways to get into lanes that, you know, are low overhead, low startup costs, and also that you're able to leverage as much as your time as you possibly can. So to answer your question, I actually was approached by a friend of mine who started off as a contractor. And at the time, I was just closing a business that I had. I started out my first business opening a club. And at the time, he approached me and came to me, you know, with the idea of me, you know, learning to be a contractor. Him knowing that I was, you know, a pretty fast learner and I'm a savvy type person, he was showing me the amount of money that he was making in that lane. I just thought it was, you know, it was crazy to me. But me knowing, you know, him, I know he wouldn't, you know, steer me in the wrong direction with anything. So eventually he went from doing the contracting work into doing contracting work as well as roofing work. So this was around the time that I was kind of more prepared to maybe, you know, dig or take a step out there and see what it was, you know, see what it was about. So with the roofing, I basically, you know, took the type of training that gave me the understanding of the whole, more so of a sales perspective, I guess you could say, because like I said, by me not being a person that's actually doing the roofing myself, like bro said, you know, I'm more of sort of like a middleman or a broker. So my value in the relationship is my communication and my direct contact with the customers. So my job basically in being a roofing contractor is I go out and I close deals with the actual homeowners. And then from there, basically, you know, take that deal over to the roofing companies that actually do the roofing and put two and two together. So you don't necessarily have to be a person that's on the roof to be a roofing contractor. You don't have to be a person that runs a roofing crew to actually be in position to be able to profit off of roofing deals. So, and like I said, this is something that I started with. I invested in the training initially, but from there, I probably invested less than $200 into this whole lane, and I've made well over, probably $300,000 or $400,000 in the past year and a half, just off of my commission or off of my percentages off of these roofing deals. So. Yeah.
So I want y'all to understand what bro's saying. Just like when I came into dispatching, I always tell you guys I got into dispatching because I didn't need to buy a truck, a trailer, or any equipment. And I could just use the knowledge that I have to make money from owner operators who I dispatch from their profit increasing. So what that helped me to realize is many businesses that you can make over $100,000 per year, where you can be the middleman as long as you have the knowledge. So like my brother is saying, he just has the knowledge and he's able to utilize his knowledge to make him hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this is one way. Roofing is one way that you can make a lot of money. So the main thing that I want you guys to realize is that you don't have to stop with dispatching. And why I want you to realize that is when it comes to inflation. Let's say it's times of very high inflation right now. But what if you're able to make more money than you ever have made during high times of high inflation? That's what I'm doing. I've made more money now with high inflation than I've ever made in my life. And the thing that I know is if you make more money right now, then you truly don't have inflation in your personal finances, in your personal life. But if you're not making as much money and prices are going up, that's going to eat away more at the money you do have. But we think that's a bad thing. But what if it is eating more away at the money you do have, but you're making twice as much, 5 times as much, 10 times as much as you were making before? You can still be paying higher prices, but at the end of the day, you still have more money left over. So you do not have inflation. Freight dispatching, roofing contractors. A roofing contractor is 2 ways right here: low cost, low monthly overhead. You can work from anywhere and you have the ability to scale. Two ways, 2 side hustles that you can turn into actual large businesses. So what we're telling you is you can basically own your own roofing company and you can scale this to whatever amount of money that you want to with the proper knowledge.
Right. Yeah, I just want to mention that, like, within the roofing capacity, if we just look at the amount of money that's spent annually on storm damage repairs. No matter where you live at in the country or really in the world, with all the conversation talking about global warming, you have to be living under a rock to not understand or know that the weather conditions are, weirder or as unpredictable or as, like I said, unpredictable as, as they ever have been. So understanding that, you gotta know how to see the opportunity in markets. So understanding that like just last year alone, over $150 billion was spent on natural disaster claims. I think they said maybe 1 in 10 homes had sustained some sort of storm damage last year, and on average, maybe around $11,000 per home is being spent. And I believe it was 14.9 million different homes in the United States. I'm just throwing some numbers out there. So when we say you had the ability to make 6 figures monthly, you have to know where the money is coming from. You have to see where the money is coming from. If you're a type of person that invests, you're used to the term like market cap. So you have to know when you're looking at new hustles to want to, potentially get into, you got to know what type of money is available in these markets to know if it's something that's even, worthwhile jumping in. So it's just, something to consider. So yeah, we're talking about a $1 billion industry, multi-billion dollar industry. So, and then if you're anywhere in the South, states like, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, these states are in the top 10 in the nation for, tornadoes. So I'm just saying that to say that it might seem far-fetched. It might be something that you hadn't even thought of or hadn't even considered before. But guess what? A couple of years ago, I hadn't even considered it either until the opportunity was presented to me. I looked at the numbers. The numbers made sense. Like we said, low startup, low overhead. It doesn't take out of all of the streams of income that I have, I probably spend the least amount of time doing what's required to be in the roofing lane, but it's probably my most profitable. I got the biggest return on investment in that. So
one thing I want to key in, because on my channel, we might be a little bit more used to logistics and trucking, but like my brother told you, like my brother said, how big the roofing industry is, and you only have to make a small percentage off of that, and you're going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. But that's just like trucking. So this is how my whole thought process of going about it is that you just need to find a large industry that has a large amount of revenue, work, or market cap coming through that industry, and you just can make a small percentage, but a small percentage to us could be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, just like the trucking industry. I pulled up here on my computer, the trucking industry is worth $732 billion. You just need a small percentage of that, just like I did. Then I started to make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in the trucking industry. And we're telling you now, you can get into roofing and get a small percentage of that. And now you're really, doubling your net worth and your income, Let's say you start off, you're making $100,000 or $200,000 in dispatching. You get a good system going with that, and you get into roofing too, and now you're making another $100,000 or $200,000 in roofing. Now you're up $400,000. You're almost making $500,000 a year out of nowhere, And before this, you didn't think it was possible. Well, that's pretty much my story. So that's why I'm telling you guys like how to do it. How to go from hardly anything to $500,000 a year. In the beginning, you don't think it's possible until somebody or you yourself, you start to match up, connect the dots, And the thing I think about this knowledge that we're giving you, I've been telling people for years in my dispatch training, the way I like to give people knowledge, I like to show you the dots that I've been able to connect, and then for you to connect those dots even more, because you have to build your business unique. So don't stop at dispatching, don't stop at roofing, just keep it going. But roofing is definitely one of the ways you guys can add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your income, and then you won't have inflation in your personal life. Yeah, so
yeah, definitely.
Bro, what would you say a typical day, or how would you start off as, a roofing sales contractor, on the sales side? I know later on in our training, we're going to be presenting you guys with ways how to market your business on social media, but how'd you start off, or what would be your sales experience, or how'd you get off into the game as a salesperson?
Well, I've always been in some capacity or some form throughout my career in different positions that I've held. To some degree, I've been in sales, either sales or customer service. Mm-hmm. So, one of my qualities has always been being a problem solver, and the person that knows how to offer the appropriate solution based on, the scenario. And in business, and I have, a lot of people that ask me all the time, those that are looking to, become entrepreneurs or start their own businesses, but they don't know exactly what to do. Me and bro would always say that, you have to find a need, or find a market that has a need, a high demand for that need, and then put yourself in position to be able to satisfy or provide answers and solutions for those needs. So that's how I choose hustles. So as I just mentioned, with the main thing that made me want to get into it was understanding how much money was being spent on storm damage repair. I mean, it makes it so easy. If you think about it, if you're dealing with situations where the insurance companies are paying for the damage that's been sustained, I mean, would it not make sense to get into a business providing a service or selling a product that somebody else is going to pay for? You'll have more success doing it that way. Yeah. So, and because of the amount of damage that's being sustained, there are more people that are in need than there are service providers. So, what made me get into the lane was understanding the numbers, understanding the demand, understand that there is definitely a room for myself to provide or show value in that lane. It was pretty much a no-brainer. So a typical day for myself is, the focus is building up your pipeline. The focus is making contact with as many potential customers as you can through all of your resources, through social media, through marketing, through mailing, through word of mouth, through just every net that you could possibly cast out into the sea of opportunity to try to reel in, the big fish. You need to have every net out that you possibly can. So, as a sales rep, that's what your day would be consisting of. Really, just having a positive mindset. Having confidence in the service that you're offering, having confidence in the knowledge that you have, having confidence that there is plenty of opportunity out here in all of these markets, no matter where you're located in the United States. That's what my day is dedicated and spent on. And in return, that energy allows me to be successful and brings back high level results.
Hey, well, bro, I'm glad to bring you onto the channel today. Like I said, guys, this is another hustler. I hang around all hustlers, everybody that's getting it like me. We help each other out with ideas, but we're going to be bringing you guys a lot more content on roofing. Here pretty soon, we're going to be jumping, here pretty soon, we're going to take it out to the field and show you guys how it's actually done. But I just want to introduce this style. I just wanted to introduce this industry to you guys today. But if you guys are looking for more training, make sure you hit the link below to sign up for my 6-week dispatch and mentorship program starting at only $50. And I thank you guys for watching this video. Look out for more content from me and my brother. Visit my website, antoinewest.biz.